Well, that was a bit of a stroke of luck. That Edgeworth actually read my mind. Well, no, he knew this was going to happen. It's like he knows on guard's innocent in a way. I don't know. Maybe I'm overlooking things. Well, I guess we'll find out once we get back in there. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian... No way! Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. You had to the ceremony during the break, huh? Yep. That's what I believe. I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See? She could have also easily planted that blood-covered button on your Hakama. Because he was the one that came to wake me up? Yep. Then, dude, you're saying it was really her? Yeah, she's the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corda. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. He'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze. Okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impact's and her strength and reason to live. That's right. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it is Juan Corda, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corda. All to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about the relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impact's. It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. You're right. Man, how's he always got the leg up on me every goddamn time? Oh, well. Whatever. Welcome back, everybody. Tomorrow, let's play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All. It's your host, the MJ406. Hold up, reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. And we have a new witness at the stand. Our true killer, I think. Prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. But it was over in one day. That'd be kind of a disappointment. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corda's room. I see. Nice he actually summoned her. Then again, Von Karma might have done the same, possibly. What is your occupation? I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Man on Guard. I see. Now then. Before I begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes, sir. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. Oh no, I don't know what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossip Land. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corda. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this is a private matter between Juan and myself. So it's a fry in bait matter? Or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one's accusing you of that. You say that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. Damn it, she knows! I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. Yes, because right now that's the story they're all running on. That you discovered the body. Yeah, let's go with that for now. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock, as I would suspect. What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. What a weird thing to do! You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is where the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking, so you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial's over. Understand? Oh, jeez. Yeah, her and her false confidence. I gotta be careful. She'll do whatever she can to make herself look like she's not involved at all. Ooh. I better press well then. I make sure that I know what I'm getting myself into. And what was Mr. Regard doing at the time?
He was taking a nap.
Yes, he did say that.
He was worn out from his mini performance as a Tickle Samurai during the ceremony.
Mr. Regard did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes?
Excuse me?
It? What are you... Huh. Right. I thought years in school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Ungard's knife from his room?
No.
Subject, verb, object, right? Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. What the fuck? You're a grammar Nazi now? Is that what you've been training for? You're a Nazi! Edgeworth, you're a Nazi! Have him arrested! Sorry. Oh, I'm a bit stressed out over that business. Whatever that means. And why did you do that?
As a friendly gesture, one was to make an appearance with the other heroes.
So the show is supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Oh no! Is that the only reason?
I beg your pardon? What are you implying?
You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim.
Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time.
I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. Maybe we continue now. Witness, what did you see when you got to his room? Damn, she really is tight-lipped. I mean, I gotta keep pressing to see if I get anything. You were in shock?
What? Was I not supposed to be?
Sandra's a very calculated person, and despite how close they were, I doubt you had romantic feelings for Mr. Korda. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. I mean, she's beautiful. Come on, man. Don't use that as something to describe the kind of person she is. I mean, she has a personality that kind of goes against that in a way. I guess she comes off as a bitch with some kid. You know what? I'm gonna get off that. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? This dead photo?
Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest.
And the guitar case is like this too?
Yes, it was open and empty, of course.
And then, what did you do next, witness?
I felt as though I was about to faint.
So I poured a glass of juice. Why, though? Juice?
Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself.
But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks on the wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it.
I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it.
Miss Andrews, I'd like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Korda, you were in great shock. But that's when you poured yourself a glass of juice, correct?
And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time.
Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you.
Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed I made one careless mistake. That one thing.
What one thing?
Never mind. It's no big deal.
What was she starting to say just now? Ha 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 ha! Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. Like you said. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I.
I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over.
Oh, so that's how that got knocked over. So it wasn't part of the struggle. What, flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor of the crime photo? Huh. This mess of glass shards?
It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it without my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Why did you withhold such an important piece of information?
I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, if he would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess.
And we did. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please say this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else.
Now even he's starting to get suspicious.
I was the one who knocked over the flower vase, where it fell onto the guitar case.
Yeah, that's right. There was water in there. What kind of flower vase was it?
It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Juan's pulse, so I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser, and that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase.
That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself.
That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality.
It doesn't sound like there's any clear contradiction or testimony just now.
I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily.
The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up.
The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence.
I have to find something. I just have to, for Maya's sake. I really do. So let me see. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo.
Hold it!
We actually have a contradiction to that now. This is the photo you're referring to, correct?
Yes, this is the one in the knife lodger's chest.
The guitar case is like this too? Oh yeah, I think we did go over this. What did you do next, witness? Yeah. We already got proven that this was wrong, because it shows that you saw something completely different.
Objection!
So, now we have that testimony. You testify that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct?
Yes.
And are you sure it fell into the guitar case?
Is there some problem with what I said?
It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews testified that the bass fell into the guitar case. However, now, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. Ah, yes, the guitar case was open there, but it was wet on the outside. Well, that's very true. Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case. What is that? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. It's open. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? The guitar case was open when the vase fell. The glass shard should be inside, not outside the case. Gotcha. What is your point, right? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? There's a big thing about that. Think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she did touch the guitar case. Exactly. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found in the studio. It has no bearing on the case at all. That may very well be. However, the guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? It seems that there is no deeper meaning to this guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? Sure? Yeah, the guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. Heh, I can't believe anyone reached for straws like this. But it is you. I can't believe I'm doing this either. Believe me, I didn't want to. But I had no choice. Alright, I'll follow along. For now. Then I'll kill Mr. Wright if he's wrong. What? Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Damn it, I'm upset I made her voice and Mia's very similar, but I can't back off now. People get similar voices, let's leave it at that. Look at Family Guy, for example. Sorry, self-criticism.
I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal, though, right? This case was empty, after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know.
Are you sure? It looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Fuck you! Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using any way to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man. Dude, shut up! Come on! You're the one who left the country! You're weak, Edgeworth! Are you a child, Phoenix? I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Edgeworth gets under my skin! Ugh.
Hold it!
I'm sorry. Alright, I'll get back to the case, okay? During the testimony just now, did you remember those events clear in your mind?
Well, you see...
Are you sure you were the one who opened the guitar case?
She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not.
It's not like her dependent side is taking over. Well, Miss Andrews?
Yes, it was me.
Yet Juan's fingerprints are the only ones on it, not hers. That does have me a little curious, though. So, you open the guitar case then?
Yes.
Well, maybe. What? Why'd you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Corda's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case. As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it.
Huh. Why would you care about the bright red guitar? But getting back on topic, I mean, yeah, I can actually defend that you probably would be dazed if you saw a dead body. Not that I have, thank goodness, but, you know. Was it really empty? I mean, I kind of did with a cat. That's different. That's a cat. That really doesn't feel the same as actual dead human body to me. I was just wondering maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. Good to mention. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. What about you, Judge? You requested the spirit channel in the second trial this whole... I don't know. I don't know anymore. Everybody hates me. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body?
Yes, that's probably it.
Probably? I'm not going to get anywhere if I can continue pressing her like this. One way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try.
Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now.
I wasn't planning on letting up, but
she's at her weakest now, so this is our chance.
Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with.
I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found.
Oh, should I go after the suicide report now? I mean, I have no choice. Damn it! That's what I get. Your Honor, the statement contradicts the evidence. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? Objection denied. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Son of a bitch. Whoops, that didn't go so well. Okay, I jumped the gun on that one. You know why you opened the case. I just need to prove that. That's all. Shock from Celeste impacts the suicide. That's not the one to go for. Maybe this isn't the time to go for that. I mean, that definitely is the reason. She might be looking at that suicide note, but... Damn it! I don't know what to do! I pressed every statement, I think. You were a bit dazed. You opened the guitar case after you knocked the vase over. Not a big deal, though. The case is empty. Wait, was it? How? I don't know.
Hold it!
Let me look at that again, just to make sure. Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. Oh yeah, the guitar was found there. Right. Okay, fine. Sorry. Jeez. Oh, how can I reveal that she was looking for a suicide note, though?
Hold it!
That's what I'm trying to figure out here. So, you open the guitar case, then?
Yes, well, maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? Why are you doing the guitar case? This body was in front of you. Yeah, she was in a daze. Okay. Damn it.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it.
Why don't you care about the bright red guitar? Even though we just clarified that it was empty. Oh, right. Okay. There's something I gotta reveal here, but... Oh, wait! I never actually looked at the article, have I? A superstar in an ultra-hot mega-secret love scandal? Reliable sources say that one quarter has been getting in close with a mysterious and beautiful manager of the stars, Miss A.A. That scandal won't help anything, though. That wouldn't help our case at all. And that's just the whole diagram. It doesn't help for anything. Empty. There's some water, but only on top of the lid. Bears Corda's fingerprints.
Objection!
Okay, what's the case? I had a feeling, now I look at it. There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. I was right about the fingerprint thing.
Why would you say that?
It's elementary, my dear. What? Sorry. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Ah! So, was it open? Was you... Huh. What is it, Miss Andrews? Did you shut it? At some point?
You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case.
Oh, right! What do you mean?
What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at that time?
Gloves? Why did you wear gloves at the time? I forgot. She was the Nickel Samurai, supposedly.
It was the night of the awards ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I am almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. White seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. Well, that is strange. You were wearing gloves? That's a little strange. You did have fingerprints on the wine glass, too.
What? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time?
Yes. We have this thing that had your fingerprints on it. I have your proof right here. This wine glass.
The wine glass?
You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? Just a little. That you put your gloves back on just over the guitar case? Jeez. You plenty of pairs of spare glasses. Good to know. Like, shit! They fell off. They broke again. All right, hang on. Order! Order! Order!
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time.
Huh? What do you mean?
I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here.
Or it's just an empty case.
I wonder if it really was empty, though.
But the guitar, the bright red guitar was at the studio.
Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions.
What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar?
Wait, that's not right either. Don't be an idiot.
I knew it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case... Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. To steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided... How dare you! No! Your Honor, please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in the front of the crime scene. I am sure that this guitar case has some relation to the murder. She should have remembered to close it. If you're so sure, right, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please, enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder. Can you do that, Mr. White? Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. The bright red guitar not being the only thing? You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar was in the... No! So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that right? Right? I would say something I did intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder? That's tough. I mean... And why would something like that be inside a guitar case, let alone this one? Why, Mr. White, why? Well, I just thought it might have been possible. I have a suggestion. Why don't you put that in the void where your brain is supposed to be? No, so never bring it out again! Can a foolishly foolish fool get some love? Where's Vodka when you need her? Do you still think you can prove your theory? Can you prove that the guitar case was not empty at the time of the murder? Why like suicide note? I'm an idiot. I just realized what it was. I want to say something I didn't intend to prove. I keep acting like I know what I'm doing, and then I get it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here, it's this. This is a photograph. Yes, but what is important is what is in that picture, Your Honor. In this picture? It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I am proposing is... It's a guitar case with the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume! What? Yeah, that's right. But Mr. White, explain yourself! Right. Are you saying that the witness over the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that? That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews went on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? That's right, she was wearing the costume. I did kind of forget. I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct?
You made this photo?
Yep. The one that shows somebody too short for a costume, aka Miss Andrews.
Order! Order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix.
Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later.
The real murderer was hiding inside a costume.
Yep.
But wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Man on Guard's. Why would something of the defendants be in the victim's room and inside the guitar case of all places? True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case?
I think you're going to fit a spare. Mr. Guard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we were talking about was a spare one.
What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Keywater Hotel?
I guess. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
How do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case?
It would mean that the victim himself had brought this spare to the ceremony on purpose. You know, I think I might be starting to get it.
But why? The victim, Mr. Corda, was the German ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai's spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
I wonder about that. And therein lies the sticking point.
Objection!
What are you mumbling yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue?
Huh? No, I just...
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume?
Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one?
Think carefully before you answer. And then answer with gusto. I believe in you. All right, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was... That's right. Didn't Metal Guard say he didn't know about this? Maybe.
What's this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference. I heard about this as well.
For once, you're not making something up, right?
Hey, shut up. What struck me as strange was that Mr. Guard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night. Yeah.
But how could that be?
The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corona himself.
The victim?
Yes! The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corona was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. I think this might be getting into the bad blood.
He was going to dress him as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet, however. What I'm concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. If I confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
Yes, which means that Juan Corda, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Man on Guard.
No, so I guess that is what it would mean.
But if that's the case, that's not a confession, that's public disclosure. Uh-huh. So?
Miss Andrews?
I can see why you're opposed at what you do.
Pardon me?
Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan.
Wow!
Miss Andrews, please have us an explanation for this.
I was the one he asked to help set it up, and the person who prepared the second costume for him. That was also me.
You?
Juan had bet everything on that Jammin' Ninja this year, and if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway.
He was going to ruin him, huh?
It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
What? Jeez! What the hell could that have been?
Did you know the secret of Mr. Guards is, Miss Andrews?
That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I see.
Why'd she go through with it, though, to help him?
I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone, but that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all.
Protect Mr. On Guard? I don't know about that one.
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
Try to protect him? I don't know. Why was the knife in there then? And fingerprints, his fingerprints all over it. It was stabbed after he was already dead, wasn't it?
From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. I had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course. The button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him.
I don't know. You could have put your fingerprints on the knife. That would have made it harder. This doesn't cover everything.
Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a sacred rabbit. Scared rabbit, excuse me.
If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I'm ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn the logic upside down. Damn you, Miss Andrews. I'm sick of this. Alright. I'm good now.
Hold it!
So, let's see here. Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you?
Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own.
If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? What do those mean? A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. Yeah, she's right. Those are all the 3 main things you need to apprehend a criminal, pretty much.
And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix.
They didn't teach that to us at school. At least, not from what I remember.
May I continue now?
Man, she is smart. She's making me look bad. Why do you have to kill him, though? You didn't even know about this. So you say this need came from the press conference?
Yes. You know why Juan chose that event in that hotel with the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved man on guard.
I didn't know this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume.
But I'm sure Mr. Guard himself didn't know anything about the press conference.
Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference?
I've only got his word. Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony. Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony if you please.
Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright?
Oh, come on, you two. I don't really think I'm doing that.
I don't know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right.
Hold it!
Huh. Okay. Has Mr. Guard done something to her to betray you personally?
Why do you ask?
Huh. You were the one who helped Mr. Cord of this press conference, and that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Guard, yet you still helped out.
Objection!
Yeah. The person on trial right now is Mr. Guard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Still, that might help. That might help me with another statement later on. So I'll keep that in mind. But didn't you actually already testify earlier that Mr. Guard was taking a nap in his room? Or tell me now that that too was a lie so you can cover for Mr. Guard?
I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. I can say the same with some people here in this courtroom, however.
The judge is glaring straight at me. He's glaring at you, smart guy.
Oh, come on. Please let me brush it off.
Hold it!
Thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, huh? Wait a minute. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage.
Then, what about the button?
The button?
It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought, and during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jam Ninja's costume.
We're talking about this button, correct?
That button was found in the pleats of Miss Matt's Hakama. Isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence.
Crap. Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please raise your testimony.
I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat.
Thank goodness Mia can still look at me.
With an icy stare, yes.
My God! Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please have this information in your testimony. What, does everybody think I'm the crazy one here?
That button was torn off Juan during his fight with Matt.
Hold it!
Huh. And how do you know that?
When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly, or so I heard.
I've heard that before, too. What does Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail?
Don't look at me like that. Just because I'm prepared and you are not.
And I thought I had her this time for sure. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where and what? You felt like you had to protect him. It doesn't feel like you did, though. But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And the worst possible time. Yeah, exactly. Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? I'm not being literal here. This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Ogard at any time. Why then would you wait till there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Corda planned such an elaborate conference. Ms. Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Ogard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant. So what? This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax Philosophical Power Hour. And please, stop slandering the witness. Damn it! As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid.
Really? Because to me it sounded a little wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more.
You should know this by now, but you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk.
Got it, Chief. I'm going to pin you down this time, Miss Andrews. Yeah! I probably should have phrased it that way. So, this statement, that button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. You say that, but it was ripped off. It is covered in Corda's blood. I don't know. Wait, during the fight. Hang on a second.
Objection!
There was no fight because he was strangled to death. That's right. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf.
Strangulation?
Yep, the knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button had the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off of the costume. When? After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Uh-huh, exactly, which means it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. No way in hell. This button was consciously pulled off from the victim's already dead body. How did I have trouble with that word? I'm sorry. Yeah, I do need a break. Order, what is the meaning of... Shut up. What is the meaning of this right? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Well, let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? We now know this button was not torn off during the fight, so the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? That's not right. Does this mean that you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it? I mean, it was to pin the crime on guard, obviously, to put on his Hakama and make him look like the bad guy. There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Ungard. Yeah, there's no way anyone would put a bloody button on their own pants, probably. That's right, Mr. Ungard was set up by the real killer, of course. Time to blame her. And the real murderer is, well, Mr. Wright, who the world is the real killer then? Finally, I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet, not till the very end. I know. The real killer, the person who planned to free Mr. Guard, is his lovely manager here. Miss Adrian Andrews, I choose you! You're Mr. Corda's killer! Go! Go, my pet! Go! What? Sorry, did I go overboard? I was going to the Pokemon reference. Wait, no, you idiot! Order! Mr. Wright, that's a very great matter. Do you have any evidence to support your charge? Any evidence? Are you kidding me? All the evidence points to Miss Andrews! All of it!
Well, how preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me.
I can't, can I? Would you care to test me?
Then what about this knife?
Okay. The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used with no suspicion on Mr. Guard. Naturally, a knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you! That's one!
Tisk! Damn it, I'm running out of these.
But then, what about the button that was found in Mount Matt Takuma. This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Guard was the real killer, there's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence on in his own Hakama. That's two. Seriously, how many do you have? The only person who could have put this button in Mr. Guard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews.
I see. We're on the empty guitar case.
Well, that is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. That's right, and that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews.
No,
Objection!
Oh my God, she is getting very uncomfortable.
But Miss Andrews' fingerprints are already found in the guitar case. It was you who proved that she was not wearing the gloves at the time.
But that's right. No. That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. Even when I found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. Smart. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. And to top it all off, there's this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can't believe this Nickel Samurai is Mr. Unguard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not?
well, please stop.
No! Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time.
Miss Andrews?
I refuse to testify.
Wait, what was that?
There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me.
Wait, what?
Well, yes. You're absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. By allowing witnesses to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
What? You're a lawyer! Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Damn it! Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Unguard's room, Adrian Andrews! Oh, Von Karma!
Yes?
Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood?
All right.
She got dependent on Von Karma, didn't she? That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things looked bad.
You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix.
There's still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done?
What's wrong, right? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence? What is so humorous, Mr. Edward? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless.
What? How?
Everything you have proven is circumstantial.
Circumstantial?
Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did, in fact, harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corda.
Ah, the motive! Shit! That's right! I didn't have any decisive proof on that.
But Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corda?
I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think?
Maybe so or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence.
No! She's taking that fight attitude again! Mia, what should we do?
Somehow we've landed in the worst possible situation.
What the hell?
I think we've reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify. And the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof.
But it's not true!
In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess.
Recess?
I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter, and that tomorrow's trial...
Tomorrow? Shit, no! We don't have it tomorrow! If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then I have to keep going! Please wait, Your Honor! That's not necessary! The trial! Please continue the trial!
What are you sweating for? Are you nuts? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he?
That's not it! This isn't about that! You don't understand! Edgeworth! I know you know who the real killer is! Please, let the trial continue! If I don't get a verdict, then Maya...
Wait, what?
What the hell are you talking about? What's it possible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify? Now then, this court is...
Objection!
Ah! My friend! It is not impossible for this trial to continue.
Mr. Edgeworth, what would you?
It's true, Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
No, yes, that is very true, but...
Actually, there's one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews. When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yes, and?
I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they're shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice.
So my actions were unusual, but I've already...
Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect.
Testify?
Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whenever we find out this testimony should in no way implicate the witness.
Huh. I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know.
The court acknowledges this prosecutor's request, Miss Andrews, if you please. Man, I was hoping to go out and get banged by my dead wife. What? I mean, you know what? Forget I said anything.
What the hell are you talking about, Judge? The glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired of looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something. So I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over.
Huh.
So you poured that glass of juice for the victim? Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left.
I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours?
Now then, Mr. White, you may begin your cross-examination. And hurry the hell up!
All right. Man, this episode's getting really long, but I can't find a good breaking point. We're near the end of this, too, now. And I can't. I have to keep going. Ugh.
Hold it!
I just have to know. How does this end? But there wasn't anyone else in that room, right?
Of course not.
Then, who did you pour it for?
Mr. Wright, there's a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you?
In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen.
Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Ugh. Come on.
You saw it in that messy state. Yes, everything knocked around the way it was. So, it was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Corda? But, Phoenix, you're going against your whole point altogether.
I understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. Yeah. And then what did you see next, witness?
He was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner.
He was strangled, right? Or so you say. Slumped over?
Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping.
Is it just me, or did that just sound a little odd? Huh. That did sound strange. It didn't even cross your mind that he was dead, though, you say. What did cross your mind?
I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix, and then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought.
I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all?
Okay, that's a little valid, I guess.
Hold it!
You poured him some juice when he was fainted, huh? You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first, but then the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone.
And that's where you went to pour the glass of juice?
Yes, he always has a hard time waking up, so one always has a glass of tomato juice to drink.
I see. After that, what happened next?
You realized that he was dead.
Hold it!
After the fire was knocked over, that's when you were shocked, huh? How did you come to realize that he was, in fact, dead?
I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So I set a glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked.
and staggered backward.
And knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened.
Yes. This is what it all comes down to.
Huh?
This is the absolute end for both sides. And Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now's our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case.
Is that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? So is it that last statement or what? No, she's just saying that in general. Okay.
He didn't pour for you. You were surprised when you walked in the room and saw it messy.
He was sitting slumped over and tired looking. Okay.
You thought he just fainted.
Well, hang on. Hang on a sec.
Wait.
Where's the crime photo? He was strangled to death, wasn't he?
I mean... God damn it!
I don't know.
Objection!
Okay, I was right. Yes. All right, good. I went in my gut. So we honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him?
No, not at all.
Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? When he was strangled? With the scarf?
Ah!
What's the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corda's chest. Oh yeah, that too. She supposedly didn't do it. No one on the scene would have immediately thought that hero was a dead man.
Well, you see...
I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go pouring something to drink.
Your point is?
Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie! And your lies ruin one thing very clearly, that you are the real killer!
No!
Ooh, did I find her out?
It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Managard, is not guilty after all.
But that's impossible. You're wrong.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt, I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan.
But you are the one who refused to testify, and your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself.
That's because...
Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
I refuse to testify.
Are you serious? Damn! Just admit it or something.
There's no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Managard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Is it over? Have we found the truth at last?
What's wrong, Phoenix?
Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Oh shit!
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Managard.
Objection!
Oh! Edgeworth, Your Honor. The prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
Are you kidding me?
The reason is quite simple. What reason would you have, Edgeworth? This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. Come on, man! Stop dragging this out!
The absolute real truth? Are you?
Witness, don't you understand yet?
Huh?
I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Managard will go free. In his place, you will become the guilty party.
That's a lie. I don't believe you.
What?
I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty.
What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it?
I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma.
Huh?
Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another, because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself.
Then, right now, Miss Andrews is...
Yesterday, she was tossed her lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Managard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now and is clinging on to them.
Oh, then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. God damn, Von Karma! Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get or not guilty. That's my only priority.
It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help. Please. Someone help me.
My God.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
the court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did, and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? No one else it could be except the one right over there. Right? Come now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix, right? Oh, son of a bitch! God damn it! I'm too nice! I had to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around it. But, I can't bring myself to do it like this! Not when she's making a face like that! Son of a bitch! Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you were really hiding!
But Mr. Wright, do you know what you're doing?
Sure, Mr. Garvey get an acquittal, but in this place you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end?
Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me.
That's enough! I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong.
So, Edgeworth, what's your next plan, huh? What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However,
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court.
Stop.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Oh, God! This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past.
Stop. Please stop.
No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. What are you doing, Edgeworth? What will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as ADRIAN Andrews. The secret of her dependent nature. None of the people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world.
Please stop. I beg you. People find out. Oh.
Whatever doesn't bother me it one bit. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Jesus Christ! Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips, no matter what I have to do. Oh my God, dude! So, will you tell the court yourself or shall I? Either is fine with me. Come on, Andrews.
I'll talk, but please help me.
Oh, wow! Edgeworth got to work.
Nothing matters anymore.
Ow. That was stressful. Oh my God, it's been an hour. Come on.
When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I dashed back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished was running to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. That's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume.
So that was her whole plan, huh?
To stab the body with the knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious to pin the blame on a certain person? A certain cowardly man.
What do you mean by all this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but... Oh, this is the truth.
The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time.
What? Last time? So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corda, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing men on guard for the murder. And this is her crime. Aha! But what? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright, please get over your son and commence their cross-examination.
Oh, son of a bitch! Another cross-examination? We've been at this for almost an hour, man! My God!
Hold it!
This is just cruel now! Come on! When you could tell when the state of the room was in, that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead?
He had a scarf tied around his neck. That scarf is a part of the Jam Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice.
I think he's telling the truth here.
Hold it!
Made a dash back to Matt's room, huh? That was so you could get the knife, correct?
The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him.
I see.
Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime.
So you say. You stabbed him with the knife.
Hold it!
You had a bit of an inconvenience. Let me see that. An inconvenience?
There's a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway.
Ah, I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lada.
There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth.
And that's Miss Oldbag for you.
I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I could very well go out looking like myself and get caught again.
I see. That's why you used the Nickel Samurai costume, huh? You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you?
Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony.
You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct?
Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is the secret?
That, I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, the people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I also did not want anyone to know about the costume. I don't want to concede with this testimony. It rings with the truth. I'm sorry, Phoenix.
No, please, don't apologize to me. We were both taken by surprise.
Still, I'm sorry.
I should probably just go after all of them, just to make sure. Wait, did I go over this one already? Well, you can tell. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I went over this one already, alright. I gotta go over all of them, just to make sure.
Hold it!
Your plan. Right. What is this plan you had?
I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence it for good. That's when I thought, I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt.
So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button.
The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife.
I see. You made Dad back to the room, and you stabbed his dead body. Okay. So you were the one to stab the victim with a knife.
It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I use the button somehow, I can make Matt look even more suspect.
So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Agard's Hakama.
Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they?
Damn.
I think we've heard enough. So, after that, you went back to Mr. Guard's room and planted the button?
Into Matt's Hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word! What does all this mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt on guard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk.
Francisca, huh?
She said that I should, under no circumstance, confess to what I had done. That if I had just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
Fucking Francisca, man. She is a bitch. My God.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is now the real killer.
Ah, shit. That's right. But wait, Your Honor. And still.
Shut up already. Right.
What? It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Ah!
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You could establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
No, come on! But what?
You are a heartless asshole. Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
Fuck! I failed! Shit! No! The judge is gone. I could get her. Damn it! Today's trial. It's over. I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I ask you something? Wait, Edgeworth?
What is it?
Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. That card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it?
Oh, this. Mr. White also asked about this.
Ah, that card.
Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found this in the room on that day.
The room? That day?
Yes.
The card?
I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying right there next to him.
You found that card next to the victim's body? That's weird.
I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right?
Yeah, I guess not. But still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why.
Wait, what? Witness, that card. Give it to me. Hurry!
Whoa, Edgeworth?
Do you have any idea what you've stupidly and inadvertently done? I can't believe you hid this from me all this time.
I didn't mean to. What is this all about?
I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. What the hell?
Wait a minute. That card. What in the world is it? And what does it mean? If I remember, though, Maya found something like that, too. Man, that was a really, really long testimony session. Holy shit. But Edgeworth apparently knows what's going on with that card. I wonder. But, well, sorry for making this episode super long, but I didn't know where I wanted to end it, and it was the same person on testimony, so it's like, fuck it, go. Damn it. I should have ended it around 30 minutes. I knew it. Oh, well. My bad. So, turns out we have more to investigate, as long as Maya's not killed off, though. I wonder how things are going to turn out now. Edgeworth's pissed. Maya could be dead. We don't have the true killer yet, maybe. I don't know. Mr. Regard still not fully acquitted for not being the criminal. God damn it, this thing sucks. Well, nothing to do but hope for a better tomorrow. See you guys next time when we hopefully get better news when it comes to clearing Mr. Regard's name. For Maya's sake. Although, maybe Edgeworth will actually be more willing to help us, even though he is technically the prosecutor of this trial now. I don't know. All I know is I need a lot of freaking help now.